We're getting right on into it. It is going to be game one of this best of 5, Boomie and Remmy versus BloodDiamond and noeL.
It's good to see BloodDiamond and noeL back together. Back when noeL was playing or was going to play with iThrow, he noted that the chemistry just wasn't there. I asked him about it earlier, and he said the chemistry wasn't there. He felt, even though iThrow's a good player, he just had to try harder to make it mesh and gel, but he just doesn't have to do that with noeL.
I mean, they've got that natural synergy. It's one of those things that, like we talked about Crocky and Doppy, they legitimately do not talk to each other when they're playing together because there's just some inherent synergy behind them to just know what the other one wants to do. But we're already seeing Boomie trying to juggle noeL up into the top. We didn't see Remmy try to follow up, get that second recovery behind him. Instead, he was just in position to try to punish BloodDiamond coming back to the main platform.
So in terms of if they played this as two separate 1v1s, who do you think is the team with the stronger 1v1 players?
Right now, Remy's looking absolutely absurd. Boomie's been a predominantly powerful 1v1 player. We saw him take down noeL at CEO Dreamland in ones. So I would be confident in Boomie and Remmy in the 1v1 scene. But I don't know. I think noeL has a very strong player in his own right, and he would give whoever he fought a decent run for his money in the 1v1.
Yeah, I would say if you took CEO Dreamland out of the picture and looked at online tournaments and then more recently the lane of Combo Breaker, I think Boomie is a lesser 1v1 player compared to noeL. I would say Remmy, I mean, we haven't really seen him succeed in ones or in twos necessarily on LAN quite yet, so I think it could go either way. I don't know if they should force the two separate 1v1s. I think all three of them are stronger than BloodDiamond, though.
Yeah, I would say BloodDiamond is arguably the weakest in the 1v1s, which isn't to say that he is particularly bad at 1v1s. It's just that all three of them have had much more successful 1v1 placements. And BloodDiamond, he generally just performs better in 2v2s, especially alongside noeL. He's really solid in that follow-up game, making sure that he helps noeL whenever noeL's in trouble. noeL can kind of overcommit, and BloodDiamond will be there to give him that extra jump, go down, save him, or just punish the other one, keep them out so that noeL can do that 1v1.
Now, but keep in mind, talking about that synergy, we did see noeL down air BloodDiamond earlier. I know that you saw it, and that is definitely a reason why they're behind right now. It's not the only reason, though. I mean, Boomie and Remmy have 5 stocks to their name.
Not losing a stock at all yet.
Even though they're both in red, and you have kill combos, even that side signature ended up hitting BloodDiamond, and Boomie was able to dip below it.
Oh, noeL, though. He is going to start picking up that neutral signature. He knows that they're in that kill percentage. Boomie very deep in the red. He's even off stage committing, and noeL, that'll finish it off that down air. But Remmy immediately coming over. BloodDiamond.
Remmy still got the stock.
BloodDiamond didn't punish, though. That was the prime opportunity. BloodDiamond should have committed for that stock, but then he backed off, expected noeL to get back up, and Remmy got that stock for free.
I think he really should have just gone for the Hail Mary at this point. I mean, it really looked like Boomie and Remmy's game to lose with all the stocks that they had.
I mean, Boomie still had 3 at the end.
So you needed that Hail Mary. Like, at least go for that to give yourself a fighting chance. We're seeing some character changes, though. We're seeing noeL go to the Asuri, which he spent a lot of time on in singles, and we're seeing BloodDiamond on this Hattori. So they've been, I mean, every game that I've seen from them today was double Koji, I think, the entire time. So this is a little bit of a surprise, not in terms of character choices, but just that they're changing.
Right. They both have very strong sword games. noeL has played around with this Asuri before. I think he's something like in the 60s or 70s as far as Asuri levels go. So he's definitely had some practice in that Asuri. But it is interesting that they'd swap off this late in the game. It might be purely for the matchup, as I mean, it's Boomie and Remmy. Maybe they have some secret tech that they've been practicing. But BloodDiamond going to this Hattori mirror, I don't know how I feel about that, considering Remmy was winning against noeL in the Hattori mirrors. And noeL, again, arguably a stronger 1v1er than BloodDiamond.
Yeah, and I don't even know if he's also trying to mimic the Hattori setup that Remmy has. I don't know if that's really Remmy's. I know that's the skin setup that Astronaut uses.
Runs it.
I can't remember which one Remmy uses, though.
Well, he usually does the kill through, but again, that's in the mirror match against noeL.
They're definitely doing a better job this game. Obviously, BloodDiamond's going to be the first to fall, but the healths are a lot more even. But well, it happened, so you saw it happen, so that's obvious.
Okay. But we do see Remmy and Boomie looking very strong. Boomie a little bit more damaged here in game 2. No follow-up off that side air from noeL. Boomie was flying across the screen, but noeL was concentrating on Remmy, so didn't want to go for that side air. But that's what's critical about 2v2s, is you need to make those commitments, those follow-ups. BloodDiamond has to go off stage and try to punish them for going after noeL. Is he going to get it? Oh! Boomie saving that dodge. Remmy just sticking around. He's there. Specifically, if Boomie got tapped, he would have been there to get that recovery hit and save him. But BloodDiamond is going to get that stock noeL with a falling nair, and he's going to get back up.
I liked BloodDiamond over there, though, because initially Remmy looked like he was in trouble, so Boomie came over to help, and then BloodDiamond with the spear immediately changed targets over to Boomie, who might not be focused on an enemy coming towards him, but saving my teammate. That's when he ended up hitting that dare, so then Boomie was in turn also in danger in that exact moment.
Yeah, just kind of putting pressure out wherever possible, but we are seeing Boomie does pick up that hammer recovery underneath. Remmy going to stick around in position, trying to get that dare kill as noeL was burning a lot, but he's still going for it. BloodDiamond's there. Boomie's just sitting up top, letting Remmy do it, just confident in his teammate. Going to cover options in case one of them tried to disengage, but really, it was just confidence in Remy's edge guard to win that out.
Solid lead being built up for Boomie and Remmy right now. It's not gigantic, but it's still pretty big, and I'm glad that we're seeing Remmy go for it off stage. It's exactly that he feels confident in himself and confident in Boomie, that he's going to be there to relieve any pressure that's coming towards him from any opponent that's on the platform. So he's able to focus on that edge game in the moment. And I don't remember if I'm used to really seeing Remmy go for it off stage. Usually
against
that's
noeL, he will. That's one of those things that he did. Like, again, going back to those Satori mirrors and 1v1s, is he'll go for those hard edge guards on noeL and generally get out pretty well in those edge guards. We saw Boomie completely dismantle noeL in edge guards at CEO Dreamland. So that might be part of their game plan, is to specifically go for that edge guard play. But again, Remmy, he's generally more neutral game focused. He does have a strong edge guard, but that's also very bold to do a 1v2 off stage like that.
Did you see how much time that Boomie spent just jumping around unarmed on the left side? And noeL was there looking at him too. He wasn't committing to anything, even though he had the weapon advantage. He was just jumping around next to Boomie when he could have disengaged and put the 1v2 or the 2v1 onto Remmy, giving himself the numbers favor. But he just stood there jumping around, trying to stay near Boomie if a weapon spawned. I disagree with that, just because he could have forced the 1v2. That's one of the things about 2v2 early on, is like passivity is just, it's not as much of a problem in 2v2, because if one player is being passive, leave him alone. Yeah. Just go away and then force the 2v1 on the other person. That's
one thing that you'll see a lot when we get into the losers finals from Starlight and Astro, is if they knock someone off stage, it's a complete, we're going for a 2v1 right now. This is the time where we'll go for a quick black hole, try to build up damage as soon as possible, as those black holes can be just so much DPS so quickly. And you'll see it a lot from Starlight and Astro, is they'll hit a SIG, send them off, and immediately just turn around and go for that 2v1.
So that was some solid baiting coming out from Boomie, but I'm surprised that noeL stood there jumping around as long as he could in that moment. That was like 15, maybe 20 seconds. Like that's serious DPS time.
Especially when you're leaving BloodDiamond to that 1v1. Remmy, I mean, Remy's been playing out of his mind in the 1v1 game. I wouldn't be confident leaving anyone in that 1v1 against Remmy unless it was maybe a second Remmy.
Doing a little bit better this game, though. They're finding some damage, putting a lot of damage onto Remmy, and maybe that's...
Well, Remmy didn't have a weapon for a while.
That's true. They were able to weapon deny him for a very long time. Maybe, that big down signature coming out of Boomie. That is going to take out BloodDiamond's first stock. Again, BloodDiamond is the first one to fall.
But I do like this swap back to a Bodvar from BloodDiamond. A little bit more defense, a little bit more survivability behind the Bodvar, and then he'll have that hammer, which we saw Boomie doing a lot of work with the hammer, getting a lot of hammer recoveries from underneath. Those hammer ground pounds can absolutely destroy stocks as well. You just need 2 of them, and people are dead. But a good turnaround from noeL to get that stock off of Remmy. Oh, BloodDiamond not able to get down and get that recovery in time.
It's now 5 stocks. It's now 5 stocks to 4. Boomie is in the red. I wouldn't necessarily be too afraid of him at this point. They need to find those kill options. Maybe BloodDiamond needs that hammer for a moment. He needs to hit that D-Light Sair, maybe find the hammer ground pound, find the hammer recovery. noeL's trying to chase Boomie off stage. Boomie ends up getting back the side air, bouncing Boomie off the stage. Boomie still managing to stay alive, going in just a little bit unarmed with the side air to the back of the head.
We are seeing Boomie was doing that same thing, kind of bouncing around, unarmed, and noeL turned around. Instead, he went for that 1v2 against Remmy. Good knowledge from noeL to go for it, but that hammer recovery so low, and noeL had already burned a couple of his options. He is going to fall to his death from that, and the pickup from Remmy to punish BloodDiamond. BloodDiamond was trying to catch Boomie, and Remmy just comes over, hits that down signature from behind, and makes sure he gets the spacing right to keep Remmy from getting hit in it.
Now, shortly before that, I wish I could go back and watch it like in training mode or in replay mode with all the hitboxes and everything. Remmy ended up picking up Boomie and I think it was BloodDiamond or noeL, I can't remember which one, in a downlight and then went into the dare. The dare would have killed Boomie. Somehow it ended up hitting Boomie, but it did hit the blue team member, and I want to see how that works. Like maybe Boomie was able to dodge because he wasn't quite in the sweet spot of the dare,
right,
and maybe the blue team member just didn't have his dodge. So it's just a really interesting moment that I'd love to see frame by frame with hitboxes and hurtboxes up.
Very nuanced situation. But we are seeing, as we get into the final stocks, BloodDiamond and noeL are basically on their tournament stocks, well, not tournament stocks, but winners bracket stocks, as if they lose these final stocks, they are going to go down to fight Starlight and Astronaut. And the way Starlight and Astronaut have been running through the losers bracket, I want to say that they would be the favorite for that matchup. Oh, but there's a nice side stick from Remmy. noeL running out. Oh, but not able to pick up the dare. noeL is going to hold on to his stock. BloodDiamond is trying to give him some coverage. You see him on the right side, picked up that downlight side air, but Boomie from behind, side sig, and it's all left to noeL. No, it's not.
And that shows how even when Remmy and Boomie are not like focused on the exact same thing of attacking the same target, they're still just on the same page, in the same mindset.